Good morning. Welcome to Beginners Hangouts on Air. I'm Jerry Grant, and I have Sheila Strover here with me from England. And we're just here to help you out and get you started on Google Hangouts on Air. And if you wish to join us, let us know if anyone's there. So we could start. One of the things that we want to talk about first is Hangouts on Air and Hangouts both uses a screen sharing system, and if you're looking at it without moving your mouse over it, there's no buttons. But if you bring your pointer on, and you can do this with your own rather than me doing a screen share, you will have some buttons at the top, and there's a plus button, a microphone, a video with a line camera with a line through it, and a red phone. Don't click the red phone or you'll hang up. If you move your mouse, if it disappears, you can again move your mouse. And if you do need to cough or want to make your microphone mute because you have some noise in the background, the polite thing to do is to click the microphone. If you wish to do something like leave the camera for a minute, you can turn the camera off and you will get an image. You're seeing a logo for Search-Optimization.com. Now, if I turn that back off, you see me. On your left, there's a group of buttons. One of the important ones, there's a little blue one, which is chat. Just below that is a green one with an arrow, and that's screen share. That's your screen share. And those are the basic buttons. If you wish to join us on this, you can click the blue button, chat, and say something there, and we will see you and invite you in.
Okay, Jerry, I think it would be helpful if you screen shared and showed them that, because anyone in the audience can't actually see the buttons.
Let's do that.
They're only seeing us. That's right.
Okay, so now we're sharing the screen, and we get this sort of multi-screen mirror effect as part of it. And what we can do is go to the left and see these buttons. So again, they appear and reappear depending on whether you move your mouse. And the top buttons are the phone, the red phone, which is a hang-up, settings, adjust bandwidth usage. If you're having a little trouble with your bandwidth, you can actually turn this up and down. Mine's currently on medium. A little note on bandwidth. If you clear out your cache, I actually go into Task Manager and close things that aren't necessary, including Chrome, because it loads up on a lot of memory stuff. And close your Word documents, things like that. You'll have a better experience. And you can also, if you have it available, plug your Cat5 cable in. And I get 3 times the speed when I do that. So I go ahead and do that. You have a camera that you can turn on and off. You have a microphone you can mute, and you have a way to invite people in. And then on the left is a chat button, and just below it is the screen share that I'm doing right now. And then there's some other buttons too that you can learn about later as we play with it. Is there any questions?
Okay, there are no questions in the audience at the moment. That multi-screen doesn't have an official name, but the group I'm in calls it a visual echo. And if you're on a Windows device, apparently you can avoid that visual echo if you don't have your browser full size. But I'm on a Chromebook and I cannot avoid it. I get it, whatever. So it's just very annoying, and it's related to screen sharing.
Well, let's talk a little bit how to start a Google Hangout on air.
So if you unscreen share, so we get you back again.
Okay, am I still on screen share there?
You are, yeah.
Okay, so we're seeing this current event. So one of the things you can do is create an image that goes with the event. You can
come out of screen share, Jerry. I'm sorry.
Oh, you are, okay.
You're still in it. You have to click the screen share button again.
I'm trying to get to it.
It does seem to sometimes have some kind of a problem getting out of it.
Okay.
You're still in it. That's it. Now you're right.
Okay.
So you can tell if you're in a screen share, because if you look down at when you're in the Hangout, of course, if you look down at the film strip, you should see somebody other than you in the picture.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got somebody in the audience who's interested in coming in.
Okay.
By the name of B Unique. B, we'll just call you B. I see it's probably a play on words there. And what we'll do is send you a link if you'd like to come in. So just confirm that you'd like to come into the Hangout, and we'll bring you in. If you just put a note there to say that you would like to come in, because it is being recorded. So just pop another message there, and then we'll send you a link. What I'm going to do, Jerry, I see you've sent an invitation, but I'm going to use this little app called Where Am I?
Okay.
Which can also be used, just in case we need it. Okay, Be Unique, if you have received an invitation and you want to come in, you should find the invitation to the right-hand part of your screen, where you see the little Hangout icon at the top. And if you can't see it, let me know and I'll send you a link. Which I'm sending you in the Hangout chat. And if you click that link, you should come straight into the Hangout. Okay, Jerry, we were talking earlier about the comment tracker. Do you want to say anything about that? I know it's not a beginner's thing, but to explain how we can see what people are saying while we're in the middle of a Hangout.
Well, I'm not seeing anything other than yours and my comments over there. Do we have anything else going into that?
Be Unique has said, I'm here. Okay,
oh, there she is.
there.
Okay.
And then followed up with Way. I'm not sure if that means yes or no, but we'll soon see.
So let's go over the buttons one more time. I guess, Be Unique, did you see the screen share when we talked about the buttons? It's actually Cynthia.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
You can comment and say, yes, you did, and we can go from there.
What I might do, Jerry, is to share my screen, which, because I'm on a Chromebook, does funny things as well. I get the visual echo and I get an audio distortion, but I can show her where to look for her invitation. Okay, screen sharing. And on the right of my screen, nope. I'm trying to get rid of my comment tracking and I can't just. Actually, being silly, if you go into Google Plus and you click the button here, the little Hangout button, you will be able to see the link there. Be Unique, Cynthia, you'll be able to see the link that we've sent you to click and come into the Hangout. So go to any page in Google Plus and look for that little double apostrophe on the right-hand top side, and that's where your invitation will be. Sometimes you can hear a telephone ringing and sometimes you can't. I'm not quite sure. when you do and when you don't. Earlier, Jerry invited me and I never heard anything. Okay. So she doesn't see the link. Okay, be unique. I'm going to...
I just sent her a link through the chat.
She can't see the chat, you see, because the chat that you're referring to is only when you're in the Hangout.
I'm on the chat, the other chat. I don't know.
Okay, well, I know
She's received it.
Is hearing us, and there is always a delay in what we're seeing in the comment stream and the comment stream linked to the actual event. So I think she's looking in the event to come in. So I'm going to risk putting that into the event stream, and now she'll be able to see it. Try clicking that link, be unique. And if we get many people coming in, we'll manage it, but I think it won't be many. And please note that you're coming into a Hangout that is being recorded. So once you click it, we should be able to see you coming into the Hangout. So what you can see from there is that there's several different ways of coming into an event. You can be sent an invitation from a button that we click, and you can be sent an invitation by us locating the URL for the event and sending to you. So just confirm whether or not you've received that.
She's installing the plugin.
Okay, that's grand. That's something we should have mentioned to you.
Yes.
Apparently this is going to go away. I don't know if you know that, Jerry. The plugin is going to disappear.
I thought it had by now. I saw a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah, but when it's replaced, there's just a little message saying this app is going to use your microphone and camera instead of saying install a plugin. So let's see if she comes in from there.
See her any moment here.
Yeah. Downloading the plugin. Good. So I'm going to screen share, and when you say we can see her, I'll explain it. Down the bottom here, there's this thing called a film strip. At the moment, you can see that I've disappeared because I'm screen sharing, and Jerry should be in the other one, and then if Uni comes in, she would be in the third box there, and we would be able to see her appear. So that's what we mean by we can see her coming in. So I think the plugin actually has caused a lot of people to get a fright when they come into a hang-in, but it's only once that you have to install it, and you don't ever have to install it again. And now it's going to disappear because Google are getting rid of it. So let's see how she does. What you drinking? Cups of tea?
Coffee. You have tea, of course.
Actually, I'm a coffee drinker, but this is tea. It's tea called chai, which has got all sorts of herbs and things, and it's very nice.
That's good stuff.
So I'm sure she'll tell us in a moment what's happening to her.
Now, if she does not have the plugin yet, is she seeing this?
No, she's just seeing the event on the event page, but she's not inside seeing the film strip and the buttons. But as soon as the plugin's loaded, she should be able to click that link, and it should be fine. Okay, let us know if you're having problems. Be unique. I was so terrified of Hangouts in the beginning, just doing them on my own even. I don't know why I was terrified, but I think you don't know where the boundaries are when you start.
Yeah, it's a little intimidating. I think that's why I thought this would be a good weekly hangout for people to go, okay, here's this, here's that, and even things like the plugin, which I guess we won't have to worry about in the future.
Mm. My first hangout where I was invited unexpectedly, my mobile phone started ringing just as I was trying to get the invitation. I didn't realize they were the same thing, that
Yeah.
the person inviting me was actually ringing, and it was ringing both in the hangout and on the invitation. I was in an absolute panic because I was trying to find my mobile phone and I was trying to find out what I was supposed to click, and it put me off for some time. So now I make sure always that I switch off my my mobile phone, even though I wouldn't panic now, but I switch it off. And I think beginners would be wise to switch it off as well.
Yeah, that kind of intimidating. I think it happened when you invited me one time, and I was like looking at the computer, and the phone starts ringing, and and then I looked at the phone, and it was calling, and I'm thinking, do I answer it on the phone or the computer?
Well, I think when that happens, just try and ignore the phone and work out how to do it on the computer. Okay, how is she doing?
I don't know. I'm texting her. I just asked her.
Okay. Okay, excellent. We've got her in.
Oh, is she there?
Hey, see each other? Can you hear me?
See you. We can hear you. Fantastic.
Oh, there she is.
All right. Well, hello, everybody.
Hello. Now, where are you? I'm in Cornwall in the UK.
I am in Dana Point, California.
California. Okay. So you're not that far from Jerry.
She's about a half hour.
Yeah, stone's throw.
Okay. Now, is this your first time here? First time in a hangout?
Yes, actually, not even my camera or anything. I don't get online too much for camming, you know.
Have you got a laptop? Perhaps you could adjust your screen just very slightly so that your face is higher up in the frame, because the film strip is coming over the bottom of your face. Huh? That's better.
I see. Oh.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yes, much better. You've come closer, but it's better. So, what do you think, Jerry?
Well, I'm just seeing a photo of her.
Okay, so you're seeing the avatar, and that's something to do with your bandwidth. So try taking your bandwidth slider down one.
Okay, hang on a second. Get this to work. Okay. It's not being happy there.
Okay, well, shall I take
brown?
Shall I take her
like
through the icons? Sorry?
Maybe because it's not.
I see. There's a couple of them that are playing in the background. I have to close those out. Ah, that's hilarious.
Okay. Not being happy. There it goes.
You see me now?
Yes, I see you and hear you, but I was muted. That's good.
Well, it seems like it can work all the way to England, but not just up the road. Mine's
Not just down the road, huh?
Yeah. And I've got the Cat 5 cable plugged in and the whole thing.
Okay, well, it just might be a glitch, Jerry, but this is going to be recording fine, so don't worry. Let me take Be Unique. What shall I call you, B? Cynthia, Be Unique?
Well, I'm Cynthia. My name's Cynthia. Thinner Cynthia, but never Cindy.
Okay. Cynthia, while Jerry's just seeing about his bandwidth and things, take your mouse and wiggle it up towards the top of your screen, your monitor.
Okay.
the arrow. And you should see some icons appear. Can you see them? Or wiggle it to the left of your
Well,
screen.
it's from Google Plus itself, or I see them. Yes.
Yeah, so those are the magic buttons
That's
that we
the
keep
bandwidth.
referring to, all right? And
Okay.
Mine's
most
working.
people, when they come into a Hangout, don't know about those buttons, so you've got to find them by wiggling your mouse.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So should I adjust my bandwidth, or?
If you take your bandwidth, which says adjust bandwidth usage, that's the third one from the right. Don't click the red telephone,
Okay.
and take it down one notch, maybe. But
I'm not sure. It's on low right now.
okay, if it's on very low, sometimes the picture disappears and you can hear the audio, but that's good. Okay. So I'm not on very high bandwidth, but Jerry is the host and he started it, so it's probably to some extent dependent on his bandwidth.
And I moved mine down a notch, and I see everybody now. I can see Cynthia live.
Cool.
Hello.
Yeah.
Well, hello.
Yeah.
And we were talking about buttons.
Yeah.
Sheila
So
was
you can go through the buttons again, perhaps now that you can see them.
And are you seeing those, Cynthia?
Yeah, I see the buttons up there at the top. It's like add a person. Oh, invite people. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what these tools and the settings are for.
Those are if your microphone doesn't work. Very often you've got the wrong microphone chosen. It's just for some people who they may use earbuds sometimes and they may use a headset sometimes and then they forget to switch it over. That one. And you know when you're adjusting your screen, you can make yourself a bit more invisible by clicking the camera off like that. And then you can jump around and adjust your screen and nobody notices.
Oh, interesting, huh?
And I disappear and my icon. Like if Jerry now clicks his camera off, yeah, that's it, like that. I'm not sure, Jerry, if she's playing with the buttons. I suspect so.
There we go.
That's it. You'll be able to see that on the recording, which will be good. Okay. And then we need to explain the blue chat, Jerry.
So there's another button on the left that's blue, like a little chat button. If you click that, it opens up your chat, which is nice to have. Try clicking that.
Okay, very cool.
And then we can talk directly to you. If the voice goes, or like when mine was hanging up, I can still chat, and that helps quite a bit. And then there's a green button right underneath, which is a screen share. So if you want to show other people something on your computer, you can click that. We can try that. And there's screen share. And mine wants to do something weird. There we go. And so now I'm sharing the screen, and it kind of has this weird feature.
How cool.
It's not supposed to do that, but it does. It's sort of a glitch. But I can go to other screens. If I had something else open, I actually closed it.
Like a mirror.
But you can see now, you're looking at my screen, so see where I'm pointing to the screen share button?
Yeah.
And then there's a camera, which can capture a picture. We've got some things added here, some apps. One is Where Am I? Another thing that Sheila uses is Comment Tracker. And so when you have a group of people, she can see comments, and then she can share them on the screen by using that. So if I click that, there's another thing that is on the right. That's the comment tracker. And we've set it up where the source is this and her. So now it's a kind of a public. Below that is the toolbox, Hangout toolbox. Sheila, how did I get that toolbox? I loaded it from somewhere.
So I have it here.
Oh, you have it? Okay.
Yeah.
So the toolbox, if I click that, then over on the right, there's a thing called a lower thirds, which I can see underneath Sheila, there's a little, her name, and I have one too I can turn on and off. So that's kind of nice, and you can make a custom one, so you can have your name there, so when you're talking, people know who you are. And now I'm going to go back off of screen share. That's the basics of the screen and how you use them. And then there's some other things like control room, which I'm not going to go to. And then I'll go back off of screen share, and we're back to normal again. And then at the bottom, you see the little, Sheila was talking about this, the film strip. If I click you now have a white box around you. You're pinned, so you're showing all the time. So if you were talking, I would do that and let you talk for a while. It automatically goes to the person talking. So my voice is going, so it should be showing me. And it goes back. So that's a big part of it. Got it?
Now you asked me and I was muted, so you didn't hear my response to the Hangout toolbox. Jerry, sometimes if you open a lot of apps, some of them vanish. They kind of go into storage, and you can retrieve them with the 3 gray dots at the bottom.
Oh, that's cool.
If you can't find an app, you click the 3 gray dots and you locate it and you bring it back in again, and it just replaces one of the other ones. So
okay.
it doesn't actually vanish. So shall we try and get Cynthia's lower third up?
Okay. Sounds good. So you click the toolbox, Cynthia.
Hangout toolbox.
So if you click that, you'll get a Hangout toolbox on the right, and right below on the left there's a little circle with a head in it. If you click that, it opens up your lower third, and then you just touch the little button where it says off. If you click it, it'll turn it on. And it's going to show the name you're using. Probably. There it is. So now,
I can't see it.
it was there for a second. Try it again. You had it. I've got you pinned, so we're seeing you in the big screen. There it is.
That's it. Okay.
Okay,
good.
so that's what's going to show. Now you can customize it. There's some options here where you can change things. You can go into Photoshop and create stuff. I've not done a whole lot of that. I managed to just get my logo on there, which was good enough.
Well, I'll show you one because I got my seagull that you haven't seen.
Here we go. So there she is.
And I've got some Cornish chuffs. There you go.
Yeah.
But I shan't do that. So you can make customized ones for you, like for your business, or if you've got different personas that you want to reflect. Okay.
That's too cool. I like it.
So that's the basics of it. There's 2 things you do with this. There's Hangouts on Air, and there's Hangouts, and they are different. A Hangout, you'll see those buttons all over Google+. If you were to click it and want to just talk to me, it's kind of like Skype. So you just click it and we have a conversation. It's not recorded. A Hangout on Air is you connect to your YouTube account, it will actually record what you're doing. So you got to keep that in mind. And the way you set up as an event.
So we'll see this later on.
Yeah, you'll be able to go view this. We're recording it, and there'll be a link to it. The way we set this up, and it's a little confusing, you go into Hangouts, start a Hangout, and then there's a button that says Now or Later, or Hangouts on Air, excuse me. So you go into Hangouts and Hangout on Air, and it's a little weird because it doesn't look like you're setting it up as an event, but that's how you do. You select Later, put in a time and date, do it, like agree to it, and then you can come back and put the picture in. You have to put the picture in after the fact as an edit. So you know how when you're in Google Plus and you go to the left in the drop down, there's a choice over there that says Hangouts, and that's where you can actually launch Hangouts. So
you might need some more practice before then. Have you still got Cynthia pinned?
No.
No, okay. But I'm sure she can practice with you a little bit more and then
Yeah.
get the confidence to set something up
Yeah, we
herself.
can do one. Play around with.
What are you going to do with your Hangouts, Cynthia, when you've got confidence?
I thought I'm doing some meditation, just zoning down, do doodle tangle art.
I got some vocal distortion there. Did you hear that, Jerry?
No. What did you say, Cynthia?
Oh, I plan on doing meditation, zoning down. I like to do Zentangle, which is
Zentangles. Okay,
art.
I know them. Yeah, yeah. Zentangles are kind of very sophisticated doodles that are very relaxing. Have you met Heather Crafter? Hmm?
Other
You met the
crafter?
lady
No,
called Heather Crafter. I'll
not.
send you her link. She runs a craft workshop and she does Zentangle workshops as well. I'll send you the link.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
get
that's
the hang
well.
of this thing.
Well, we're past a half hour. Is there anything else you want to go over at this point? You can always call me and we can do a hangout, just the two of us.
That's peculiar.
Yeah, what was that?
I'm not sure. Must be an avatar. I think
Yeah.
it's the avatar. Okay. Well, I think that it would be
I
good to
cut overlay.
to ask Cynthia to stay in and stop the broadcast, and then we can explain that to her as well.
Okay, so Cynthia, stay there, and we're going to go back into what's referred to as the green room, which we can still communicate, but we're not recording it. And when you start one, that's where you start with people. You invite them in, and if you're the one setting up the event, it will have a blue start button. And as I learned this morning, make sure you're in the Google page that you set the event up in, or the button won't be there.
Ah,
And then you can start it. But typically, what happens is you come in and you learn what you're going to do and talk about it like you would before you did a show. And then when everybody's ready, you hit the live button, and a little message comes up and says you're now live, and it goes into it. So we're going to actually end it. And just to end this, it's Jerry Grant, and we're here with Cynthia and Sheila Strover. And thank you very much. And now I'm going to hit the red button, and we're going to leave the call and end the broadcast.